Hello and welcome back, and today I'm here with some stories for you. And if you're here for the first time, thank you for choosing to tune in. And before we get into this, kindly click that like and subscribe button. I'd love you to be a part of this channel. So let's get straight into this. So our first update of the day is where the Duke of Sussex has made an appearance via video where he honored service members and presented the Soldier of the Year award at the Military Times Service Members of the Year 2024. There was a video message, so let's take a listen.
Good evening, everyone, especially those who are serving, have served, and continue to serve. Tonight, I have the distinct honor of presenting this year's Soldier of the Year award. I first met Sergeant First Class Elizabeth Marks at the Invictus Games in Orlando 2016, where I presented her with not one, but 4 gold medals that she'd won in swimming. To me, she epitomizes the courage, resilience, and determination represented across our service community. And this is not just because of her swimming abilities. Ellie has courageously overcome every obstacle to cross her path. She has turned her pain into purpose and led through compassion and willpower, showing others that the impossible is indeed possible. Despite the injuries she endured during her deployment as a medical assistant in Iraq, along with numerous surgeries and setbacks that would have deterred many, she has persevered tirelessly, becoming the first woman in the Army's world-class athlete program, as well as the first swimmer the program had ever seen. She's also taken her recovery a step further, using her experiences and achievements to inspire and assist others in their mental and physical journey into sport, ensuring those who can't see a way out or through are introduced to the medicine of sport that saved her too. Through the Invictus community, she has supported so many, coaching Ukraine and Colombia when they've needed it the most, always remembering what it was like at the beginning of the healing journey. Ellie, you embody the Invictus spirit through your selfless service. You know that sport doesn't just save lives, it transforms them for the better. And in finding your own cure, you've helped countless brothers and sisters in staying alive.
So we can see there Prince Harry once again in his element, honoring those who have served, those who have put themselves on the front line and have been so courageous. In this instance, he honored Sergeant First Class Elizabeth Marks. For those of you who'd like to know what the Military Times Foundation is, it is a non-profit corporation organized and operated exclusively for charitable purposes to recognize, salute, and highlight the exemplary service of active duty personnel serving in each branch of the U.S. Armed Services and support other organizations conducting activities with similar goals. And the Military Times Foundation has a flagship program entitled Service Members of the Year, which recognizes and awards outstanding service members and veterans each year. And for the past 23 years, the annual Military Times Service Member of the Year award has grown into a much anticipated event. The award ceremony has become one of Washington's A-list events, attended by congressional, military, and community leaders. So it's fantastic once again to see him presenting this prestigious award to Sergeant First Class Elizabeth Marks. As he said, she has inspired and assisted others in their journeys into sport, and she has been so instrumental as a part of the Invictus community, been instrumental in introducing her fellows to sport and the transformational power of it as well. And once again, it is amazing to see Prince Harry fully embracing the American military community in doing this, and how they are so happy to have him participating and giving out these honors as well. So I'm so happy to bring you this update. Share your thoughts with me on this first story of the day in the comment section below. So we have a story concerning Prince Harry and some visa news, and it's a victory for sure. So the administration lawyers have backed a statement from a US ambassador suggesting that President Biden will not deport Prince Harry in a high-stakes court case about his US visa. So the Duke of Sussex's visa status has been under the microscope since he described taking a variety of substances in both the UK and America in his book. The Heritage Foundation sued the Department of Homeland Security to try and obtain his visa records as a means of determining whether he had lied in paperwork. And also, Donald Trump in an interview hinted at the possibility that he could even deport Harry if elected president again during an interview with GB News. So in that context, Jane Hartley, US ambassador to the UK, was asked by presenter Kay Burley on Sky News whether deportation was a realistic prospect for the royal and answered, quote, "Well, it's not going to happen in the Biden administration," end quote. And the Heritage Foundation brought her comments into the court case, arguing the extraordinary, in quotes, remarks amounted to confirmation that, quote, "regardless of future circumstances, they will decline to deport the Duke of Sussex even in the most extreme case," end quote. Now, the Department of Homeland Security has defended Hartley, saying her remarks, quote, "suggests no government impropriety," end quote. And a court filing also read, quote, "Heritage argues that Jane Hartley, U.S. ambassador to the Court of St. James, revealed information about the Duke's immigration status during an interview with Sky News," end quote. And their argument went on to say, quote, "But Hartley's comment was simply a reaction to former President Donald Trump suggesting that if he is elected to the presidency again, he would consider deporting the Duke." Contrary to Heritage's representations, Hartley's comments did not reveal any non-public information regarding the Duke's status, and Hartley did not state that the Duke would not be deported regardless of future circumstances, end quote. If anything, Hartley's comment that the Duke would not be deported under the Biden administration is consistent with the position that defendant has taken in this litigation, namely that the Duke's admission to and residence in the United States suggests no government impropriety, end quote. It will come as a boost to Prince Harry to see that the administration consistently doubled down on its position that nothing untoward had taken place, and there is therefore no need for the release of his private information. So the DHS has sought to have the case thrown out in the face of Heritage's own arguments that the public have a right to know whether Harry was given favorable treatment by immigration officials. A past filing by Heritage's lawyers reads, quote, "This statement by Hartley is extraordinary. First, Ambassador Hartley spoke directly to some of the very information concerning the Duke of Sussex's immigration status sought by Heritage's FOIA request. Information DHS has repeatedly told this court must be kept confidential. We now know that regardless of what occurred with the red flags, in quotes, raised on the publicly known facts, the Duke of Sussex will not be deported," end quote. Quote, "Ambassador Hartley categorically stated that the Duke of Sussex will not be deported by the Biden administration." Continuing saying, quote, "Thus, the executive branch has now categorically stated that regardless of future circumstances, they will decline to deport the Duke of Sussex, even in the most extreme cases," end quote. But of course, that's their interpretation, as I've read in the filing before. According to the DHS, they said that Hartley's comments about the Duke not being deported under the current administration is consistent with the position that there was no government impropriety in any facet of the Duke's admission to and residence in the United States. So that is the news there. So that's amazing to know that Prince Harry has nothing to fear as far as deportation. And anyway, you know what? As I've said here before, and I think a lot of us know, when Harry and Meghan made the move to the US, I'm pretty sure that that was under the Donald Trump administration. So this whole lawsuit, I think, has just been a tremendous waste of time and resources. I think a lot of American citizens do not have this as a priority, wanting to know the details, the minutiae of Prince Harry's admission and documents for him to get into the United States. I don't think people care about that. And I think that the resources of the government could be so much better used than scouring through details here and there and trying to defend something that feels so needless, and as I said many times on this channel, seems to be political posturing, trying to use Harry as some kind of pawn, and consistently asking irrelevant questions concerning his documentation, having questions posed to President Trump that I think are quite irrelevant, because as I've mentioned time and time again, Harry was given the go-ahead to go into the United States by a Trump administration. Of course, they know if they can get a soundbite of someone saying that they will deport him, it will be news for a very short news cycle, and it just goes on and on. So I'm happy to know that they have said that they will not in fact deport Prince Harry, and the Department of Homeland Security has defended her statements, the US ambassador's statements, saying that her remarks suggests no government impropriety, end quote. And you know what, I'm gonna go ahead further and say that even President Trump, though he has mentioned that he might deport Harry, all in all, I do not think he would actually do so, because there is something that has to be said for international relations between two countries. I think America and Britain are close allies, and it would be not a good look to have, nations that are allies deporting sons of or princes back to their home countries. It's a bad look. And I truly think for those who have been hoping and wishing that Harry would be deported back to the UK, that will just not happen. And as I said before, I truly think that this whole thing just has political posturing all over it for Trump to answer. I think he had his own reasons for that. But the reality on the ground is that I don't even think he would do it, because as I said before, Harry was granted that permission under the previous US administration. So, a lot of talk here and there, but I'm hoping that this whole case can just be totally thrown away and thrown out, because this is just a waste of time. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below. I would love to know your thoughts. As always, before we log off, allow me here to thank those of you who support this channel financially, and shout out a couple of you here by name. A very special thank you to you. Mackenzie, thank you so much for choosing to support this channel financially, and the ways that you engage in your very thoughtful comments. I would like to say thank you. Thank you for being a tremendous boost by your giving and being such a blessing to me and to all of us here. God bless. Thank you. And now a very special thank you to those of you who gave through Super Thanks. Allow me to thank you here by name. Thank you to you. You go by the handle Sophie Charlotte 2935. I appreciate you for showing that love and support through your giving. May God bless you and yours. I truly appreciate you for thinking of me. And a very special thank you as well to you, Cassandra McCullum 1283. Thank you for showing your kindness and support. I pray for God to bless you exceedingly abundantly above all you could ask or think. Thank you. Thank you. I truly appreciate you for that love and generosity. God bless you. And now a very special thank you to those of you who gave through Super Chat. In the last live, thank you to you, Connie Belmer, who as well has been such a tremendous boost for this channel over the years. Thank you so much for giving your time, your love. I will never forget the love that you've shown me here on this channel, Connie. I'm so blessed to know you. Thank you. And a very special thank you to Rafaela Bertoni. Thank you as well for giving during the last live. You have been so considerate and kind, and thank you for your comments. You are so uplifting in the chat. We always love having you here. So much appreciated. God bless you. Once again, thank you to all who support this channel financially. I truly do appreciate you, and I always pray for God to bless you. Once again, share all your thoughts on this news in the comment section below. We would love to know your thoughts if you liked this one. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and also follow on Twitter or X. I'd love to see you on there as well. Have a great day. Keep it here for more, and I will catch you in the next one. Have a blessed one.